Hello students, today we are going to discuss about curriculum aligned competency based test item for class 8th subject science, chapter number 11, force and pressure. This test series has been prepared by Shri Aurobindo Society with the collaboration of ACER, which is Australian Council for Educational Research. Both are preparing this material for competency based education implementation in CBSE school under the mission of New Education Policy 2020. So let us see the test series. The question number 1 is, what type of force is involved in each of the given condition? Put a tick mark for the response in term of push or pull. As you can see here, in column number 2 and in column number 3, push and pull, two informations are given, and here the action is given, hitting a ball with the bat. So what kind of action we are applying, whether we are pushing the ball or pulling the ball? So correct answer is push. Is it correct? Next is sucking milk shake with a plastic straw. So here the correct answer will be pulling. So we will pull the milk with the help of plastic straw. Third is lifting a school bag from a desk. So the correct answer will be pull. Here we are lifting the bag from the desk, and for this action we have to pull the bag. Okay. So the next thing is, two group of students are playing tug of war. As you can see, in the left hand side this is group 1 and in the right hand side this is group 2, and here is the center line in the middle. With the help of this rectangle it is shown to you. So on this situation they are asking us question, choose the correct direction of force applied by group 1 and group 2. So here you can see both are applying equal and opposite forces. So option D will be correct answer. Group 1 is applying force to the left hand side and group 2 is applying force on the right hand side. Is it correct? The next question, which is question number 3, group 1 is pulling with 250 Newton force and group 2 is pulling with 300 Newton force. What would be the likely position of the two groups after a minute of pulling? As you can see here, this is group 1 and group 1 is applying 250 Newton force, and this is here group 2 and group 2 is applying 300 Newton force. So we can see group 2 is applying much more force. So which one will be the correct answer? What would be the likely position of the two group after a minute of pulling? So after a minute of pulling, the option number A, you can see here group 1 has been moved to the right side under the effect of net force. Net force is here 50 Newton, and it is acting in the right hand side. So group 1 will move to the right side. So this is the correct answer, option number A. Now the next question is, 4 students wanted to find out what could kick a football the strongest. Each student kicked the football, and here a table is given in which the information about the distance traveled by the ball in air before hitting the ground is given. So first student, when first student kicked the ball, the total distance traveled by the ball in air before hitting the ground is 10 meter. For the second student this distance is 12 meter, and for the third student this distance is 8 meter, and for the fourth student this distance is 14 meter. Now on the basis of this situation, one question is given here, Which student kicked the ball with the greatest force? As we can see in the data, student 4 kicked the ball with the greatest force. Why? Because the ball traveled in the air maximum distance when student 4 kicked the ball. So we can conclude from this that student 4 applied the greatest force. So for question number 4, option number D will be correct. And now we have to prepare one graph, shade the column in the graph to correctly show the data in the table. So student A, when applying force on the ball traveled 10-meter distance. So here the bar graph is showing the distance traveled in air by student 1. How much is the distance? 10 meter. By student 2, how much is the distance? 12 meter. And for student 3, how much is the distance? 8 meter. And for student 4, how much is the distance? 14 meter. So it's a kind of graphical representation which is also known as bar graph. So this information is in the form of bar graph, correct? Now the next question is question number 6. Which of these factors must remain the same when each student kick the football? So when students are kicking the football, which factor should remain same? Correct? So factor that must remain the same, first is type of ground surface. So answer must be yes, because if we will change the surface, the value of friction will be changed and it may cause difference in the distance traveled by ball in the air. So first factor should be same for all. Type of ground surface, same, yes, for all. Second is direction and speed of the wind. That factor can also make the difference in the distance traveled by ball in the air. So that factor should remain same for all. And third one is size of the shoe worn by the student. This may be different. Okay, so answer will be no. Now the next question is Mark fills a bottle completely with water. The bottle has 3 same size plugged holes on its wall. So you can see here plug 1, plug 2 and plug 3. Mark pulls out the plugs and check the position of the stream of water coming out. So from point 1, from point 2 and from point 3, the amount of water which is rushing out is already shown here in the picture number 2. So on the basis of this, few questions are given here. What does Mark's activity show? So the activity shows us liquid exert pressure. Which liquid exert pressure? Which is inside the bottle. Due to that exerted pressure only, the water is rushing out, and from here we can conclude at point 3 the pressure is maximum and at point 1 the pressure is minimum. Now look at the question number 8. Question number 8 is which of these is an example of contact force? So option number 1 is a guava falling from the tree. This is because of gravitational force, is an example of action at a distance force. Option number B is a magnet attracting a hanging iron nail. This is again action from a distance. A plastic comb attracting small pieces of hair. This is again the example of action from a distance force. So option D is correct. A boat is moving on water by the action of wind on its sail. Wind is applying force, and due to that force, while wind is making contact with the sail boat, okay, and due to that applied force by the air, the boat is moving. So this is the example of contact force. Now look at the question number 9. Which of these is true for force? Circle yes or no for the correct response. So in column number 1, the first question is given, a force can change the state of motion of an object. So answer will be yes. A force can change the shape of an object. Answer will be yes. A force can act between two solid objects only. So answer is no. Okay. So question number 10 is, four objects are given to us, P, Q, R, S, and here we can see that P, Q, R, S are four solid objects having the same mass. Which object is exerting the least pressure on the table? We know that the formula for pressure is P is equal to F upon A, correct? And F is here weight on the surface, which is a kind of force, divided by A. Now contact area is the deciding factor. We can see here for object Q the contact area is maximum. So for object Q the pressure exerted will be least on the table. Okay, so option number B will be correct answer. So that's all. This exercise is over now. Thank you very much.